The White House has confirmed Hungary will be exempt from US sanctions on Russian oil for 1 year. The announcement follows a meeting between President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Viktor Orban. Hungary is still heavily reliant on Russian oil and gas, despite an EU push to find alternative energy sources. Last month, the US imposed sanctions on two of Russia's largest oil companies to pressure it to end the war in Ukraine.
We have concluded that Hungary is in a significantly different situation from other European countries, and it's not possible to secure Hungary's energy supply and to provide affordable energy to Hungarian families and businesses if sanctions continue to be imposed on two key pipelines. We asked for two pipelines to be exempted from all sanctions, one that brings the gas from the south and the other that brings oil from the east. We agreed, and the President decided the sanctions will not be applied to these two pipelines.
Well, for more on this, and joining us now is Hanna Shelest. She is the Security Studies Program Director at Ukrainian Prism, a foreign policy and security think tank. Thank you so much for being with us once again here. First of all, what's your reaction to Donald Trump basically granting Hungary a 1-year exemption when it comes to Russian oil and gas?
We definitely know about the good relations between the Hungarian leader and American leader, so I understand that it is more of the personal favor, especially considering that next spring we're expecting elections in Hungary. That would be not so easy, let's be honest, for Mr. Orban. So I think that it is more of the political benefit from the friend, the gift, rather than the real implications. Because if you look to the picture, European sanctions are still there, Ukrainian sanctions are still there, and Saudi Arabia just proposed the oil for the market. So I think that it would not have a significant change, but a political message.
Yeah, the US, the European sanctions, are they enough? Do they go far enough? Are they actually going to work in the sort of short to medium term, I guess?
First of all, definitely because these sanctions are about the price, and that is important, but also because you still need to get these energy resources somehow to Hungary. So that would be all these additional sanctions implemented there. And we know that in Brussels and along the many European countries, it is a huge dissatisfaction with Budapest. So that's why I consider that there would be more and more pressure also from Brussels, or at least it would be bargain, because we also have the situation when Hungary can block a lot of the decisions that European Union may need.
Yeah, do you think that this decision by Donald Trump to allow Hungary this 1-year exemption, do you think it undermines the sanctions that, he's put in place as well as Europe?
I think no, because the Hungarian market is not that big. Let's be honest. Yes, that is politically important that one country just in the middle of Europe is still buying. But at the same time, in terms of what it can bring to the Russian budget, that's definitely not significantly, and it would not influence the war that much.
Well, what do you think is really behind Orban's strategy here? Is it purely to get him through to the next election and get re-elected? Or I guess, does it signal, a deeper alignment with Moscow potentially?
Unfortunately, the last 2.5 years, at least, the Hungarian leadership was quite a pro-Russian in a lot of their statements. But we always need to understand the reasoning behind it. We need to remember that they have a big conflict between Brussels and Budapest about a lot of the European affairs. So that is that much. There is a huge political crisis inside of Hungary. And always Orban is trying to find the external enemy. And in this case, Ukraine was one of them. Brussels was another of them. And as soon as he found these good relations and the bond with the American president, he is also using it as a leverage in these domestic and European competition that he has.
Yeah, he's making the most of those relationships. We'll have to leave it there, Hanna, but as always, we really do appreciate you coming in and talking with us. Thank you.
Don't miss out, get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.